Sherry.
Yes,
I'm
hi.
Na-tash from Carousel
Hi,
Industries.
it's me, Natasha.
Is that all right if I take a
Oh,
seat?
please, help yourself.
Thank you so much. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good. You know, I could do better with the weather, but
Oh, yeah, I know, it's too cold out there.
you know, the perks of living in New England.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me today.
Sure.
I just wanted to confirm that we still have 10 minutes to talk.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. Here's my business card.
Great,
So
thank
we
you. Oh,
can
your
keep in
meal
touch.
plan, keep that.
Future reference.
Thank you.
I also want to let you know that your time is precious, so I took the liberty to make an agenda. So let me know if you'd like to add anything, but I was thinking that we could discuss what Matt and Mike and I had talked about previously, how the WannaCry virus has affected your role in your company, and then talk about how Umbrella has helped your company so far and how we can further create value for you. How does that sound?
Sounds great, yeah.
Awesome. So is it all right if I take notes?
Yeah,
during
please,
our
I'll see
conversation?
you. Yeah.
Awesome. So why don't you tell me a little bit about the WannaCry virus? And I know that Matt and Mike mentioned that there were a couple issues with overtime and trying to scramble and readjust, but how has it affected you?
Well, you know, my big effect is the budget line items for there. So when this got hit and, you know, Matt expressed how much a big deal it was, I had actually never heard of the WannaCry virus before this. And, you know, Mike, they were sort of scrambling, and then, you know, at 3 weeks later, it come to find out they're 80,000 over their budget with all the overtime hours and things. So it was a big hit, and so I'm getting a lot of scrutiny from, you know, above my head about, you know, all of this money expenses and things like that. So I'm going to tell you that with that right now, I'm a little hesitant in the product because what Matt and Mike explained to me is that it is effective. It's so expensive. So, you know, I hate to waste your time, but I'm not sure how far this is going to go.
No worries. But just to give a little bit background on the pressure you've been feeling, who have you been feeling pressure from specifically?
Well, the chief financial officer. So I am chief security officer, but then of course I have to get these budgets approved by the chief financial officer too. So that's actually, yeah.
Okay, definitely is a concern. And then I know that you mentioned that you were $80,000 over your budget. What was your current budget prior to that?
Well, that was over the budget for the overtime for that department, so the overtime budget. So, I mean, on a given month, usually overtime, we usually only spend, you know, maybe $5,000 per month on overtime. So this was an exorbitant amount. We shouldn't spend this much.
Definitely a struggle. Nothing you really wanted.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I know that Matt and Mike also mentioned, other than budget, that you had like a close timeline that you wanted to get this all under wraps
Yeah.
because of the company's reputation and things like
Yes,
that. Would you
yeah.
like to speak to it?
Well, I mean, we're hoping to get everything settled out before Q2.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's definitely a concern, but hopefully we can get through that. Were there any other concerns that you had personally with your own role in the company that you've been limited to since this virus has attacked?
Well, you know, we were supposed to implement a whole system. We're actually we're setting up a new office. It's actually close to here, which sounds a little ridiculous, but we actually got a new location in Providence. I don't know if you know the town, but it's we got a new location there and expanding there and setting that up. And that was supposed to be a project that was going to turn around in about 2 weeks. And because of this, we had to delay it. And you know, so now it's looking like we're not going to be able to open the location for another month, which is
Unfortunate.
exactly. So we've got salespeople trained up, and once they're trained, you're supposed to be paying them, and you know.
Definitely a struggle. Would you say that the growth of the new office is a company goal?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I had my own goals of getting it all set up, but you know, I mean, as far as the company goes, it's something we're hoping to move forward on this project, but we haven't even looked at the computer systems on yet.
What individual goal were you trying to pursue with this?
For me, I want to get all the computer systems up and running and get everything set up. I mean, with security and stuff, with this kind of company, it's a computer system is a lot of it, but then there's also security personnel, because we have a whole security staff with this place. I mean, I'm sure you came in, you checked in with security and stuff. So, you know, a lot of those things and those personnel getting in and getting a building like that secure and, you know, technically, like, you know, secure internet-wise and secure as far as the actual physical location and all those things take time commitment and safety drills, and, you know, you've got to run through these things with employees. So it's been a big thing.
Very involved. Just so I can review some of the things that we talked about,
Sure.
correct? We talked about your budget and how the department was over $80,000 in the
Yeah.
last 3 weeks.
That's
when
right,
usually
yeah.
it's typically $5,000 per month. that you've been feeling a lot of pressure from your CFO and that you really want to get this resolved by Q2,
Yes.
even though you spent so much so far, you'd like to minimize
Right.
the impacts.
Right.
And then one of your goals individually was to set up a new corporate office while helping the company grow, but also establishing security there. Is that correct?
Right, that's correct, yeah.
Okay, so talking a little bit about Umbrella and how we've been able to help you. I know Cisco has been able to, integrate 3 different products together, which is really nice, having a seamless vision with Umbrella. But currently, I just wanted to show you some things that we found. If you look here, this list of 500,000 websites are the ones that you would typically find that are covered by your Cisco firewall and IC. But then this list of 100,000 websites are ones that weren't detected normally by your current system. So Umbrella has doubled your chances of blocking things at the DNS level to prevent them from entering your system. So I understand that you've probably seen the POV, like the proof of value trial that you've seen over the past month, but I'd just like to reiterate the strength that Umbrella has and how it can further protect you. I know that you were stressing budget and things like that, but outside of that fact, 150,000 more websites were located and identified by Umbrella, and those are potentially threatening to your system. So I'd like you to consider how important it is to your security and to your company's reputation to make sure that no other viruses continue to attack your system.
Well, obviously, it's definitely important to us. What I'm sort of wondering is, now what's popped in my mind is why we're even spending any money on these Cisco products. The other two that are not protecting, it seems like they have very low levels of protection.
So, is your concern with the current effectiveness of the 2 Cisco products you have?
I mean, there's a little bit of that concern for sure, but I also feel like, why are we even paying for that first one? When we already have these Cisco products, they seem like they're such inferior products. Why would I trust another Cisco product?
I can understand your concern coming from, everything that has just happened. I'd like to explain that, Cisco Umbrella is an additional add-on. If you think of your 2 Cisco products already as a piece of Swiss cheese, the more layers you put on, the more holes they cover, so nothing will get through them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Umbrella helps you be proactive in a sense, and it detects things ahead of the game. So by implementing Umbrella with your current Cisco products, it makes a whole piece of a pie rather than just having pieces of segments that only work slightly together.
Mm-hmm.
So although you've had concern with your 2 pieces, now because of Umbrella, it now further implements and helps you out even more so than prior before, because now it's the final piece that actually creates a working product.
Okay. Well,
Does
okay.
that address some of your concerns?
Yeah. What then sort of pops in my mind then is that, what are the holes in the umbrella? So things get through the holes in the umbrella, then are they going to be stopped by the other pieces of Swiss cheese that we have? Or, what if the holes line up magically and it gets all the way through? I think that if I implement another system that I believe that Mike had said this was close to the $300,000 price tag, if I'm implementing that, what are the chances of us getting another virus that another $300,000 price tag on in a year or in a month?
So your concern is if Umbrella fails you?
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking to Umbrella, Umbrella currently is one of the most effective programs that we have out right now. I understand that viruses evolve and things like that and move on, but with buying from Carousel, we are with you every step of the way. We are there 24/7. We help update our cloud-based service, that's what Umbrella is, and it stops everything at the DNS level. So prior to it entering your system, it'll stop it at its track if it thinks that it is a virus that can attack and penetrate your system. So even if the thought of a threat could affect your system, Umbrella stops it right at the end. But if your endpoints are possibly integrated or anything like that, nothing is 100% ever. You know what I mean? But are you really going to put yourself at a risk with not protecting yourself at all, or are you going to take a 99% chance of it working entirely and that 1% chance of it not? So we're there for you 24/7 all the time to support you if Umbrella ever were to fail. But currently, with the way it's being effective and the way it's working for others, we feel very confident in this product for you. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty decent. And would you cover the removal of viruses if they were implemented then? Let's say something does get through, does that go on to Carousel to work on those endpoints, or is that still our job then?
So you're just clarifying where our role ends and starts.
Yeah.
So we're with you 24/7 every step of the way. So if something were to penetrate your system, we would work with you to resolve that issue because we are here every step of the way with Umbrella and your products. Okay. So understanding that you mentioned the $300,000 price tag.
Yeah.
I know that you mentioned that you spent $80,000 in overtime.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Our product is $300,000 for a 3-year period. So rather than 3 weeks out of the year, you have it for 52 weeks out of the year for 3 years overall, and that you will not have to expend that much to recover from another virus. So if you would like to move forward, you can definitely just sign along the guideline and we can move forward with that. But if you have any concerns, please let me know.
I think we're good.
Awesome. So if you wouldn't mind just signing along the guideline, and then we're just starting our long-lasting relationship, working through this together.
Great, yeah. Okay, all right. I'm not sure what time it is.